Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum. My dear students, I'm here, Muhammad Abdullah Murad Chaudhary, Senior Lecturer, Department of Agriculture Studies, Milestone College, Uttara Dhaka. Let's go for today's online lecture. Dear students, first couple of minutes I'll talk about how you write practical notebook. So if you have a look, this is the first page of your practical notebook or copy where you find the contents first, and the contents looks like a table. Here you can find the serial number, date, name of the experiment, page number, and initial remarks. So you have to fill up the date and name of the experiment serially, and the page number as well, from how to where, and initial remarks. This will not belongs to you. Teachers will fill up this part after examine the practical copy. Next, you have a look. This is the page where you can find your practical notebook. Here you can observe that there is two pages. One is left hand side and the other one is right hand side. Make sure nothing will write in the left hand side. Keep this left hand side page always blank. If you observe that the right hand side page is name of the experiment, where you can find experiment number, page number, and date. And if you have a look, the page is full of margin. That means one page is without margin and the other page is with margin. So make sure you will not anything on the left hand side where there will be no margin. So make sure you write everything here on the margin page, and the picture, draw the picture here as well. And make sure you write the draw the pictures with pencil, and mark that picture as well with pencil. And when you start writing, then use black pen or blue pen, but make sure is use the black pen, and you can use the blue highlighter. Do not use any type of red or green color pen. Here is the picture of a page where you can find that is already filled up with the writings. You have to follow this writing when you do the practical copy. So here you write down the practical notebook, name of the experiment. Here is the experiment name, number, page number, and the date, and you start writing here. I'm telling you again, do not write anything on the left hand side. Next, if you have a look, here is the another page where you can find the draw the picture. So when you draw the picture, again you have to draw the picture on the right hand side page where with margin. Do not write anything here. So this is how you will start your practical copy. Name of the experiment is a field crop farm demonstration, a report submission. That means a field crop will be demonstrated with a group of students, and then after visit the farm, write down a report to the or submit the report to the teacher. And this is the first experiment. The principle of this experiment will be, first of all, know the what is field crops. That means field crops is generally grown on vast area, which is cultivated in lowland or medium or highlands, and crops are not individually taken care of. It is called field crop, and the example of the field crop is rice, maize, wheat, jute, sugarcane, onion, mustard, etc. will be the example. what type of materials we need to do this experiment. We need the transport facilities to go to the visiting or demonstrated place, then need the address of the farm, then need the pen and pencil for write down the information, then definitely we need the notebook or copy for write down the information, then visiting time, which is very important, then necessary equipment for primary treatment, that means first aid box, and definitely you have to take the lunch with you, lunch box with you, or you have to take the lunch self service. Then what will be steps of the work? First of all, choose a field crop farm near the institutions and ask permission from the owner of the field crop. That means you have to take the permission through your institution, near the institution you visited. That means from your institution principals take the permission, or your teacher take the permission from that institution where you want to go to visit. Otherwise that place will be not allowed to enter in their premises. Then make some groups among the students and make a teacher leader of that group. That means you have to split the groups like 10 people, 10 students, or 12 or 15, whatever you want, and make a teacher a group leader of that group, students group. Then fix the date, time, day of the visiting time as well for the field crop. Then and make the arrangement for transportation for traveling. So if you have 50 people of a group or 20 people of a group, you can take microbus or bus, whatever you like. Then follow instruction of the institution head and note down the points. Then after arriving the institution, you have to follow the instruction of the that institution's head. Or then note down the condition of communication, marketing, facilities, electricity, water, everything, whatever you see on that place. Then note down the size, shape of field, types of seedlings, time of sowing, etc. And then know about the disease and prevention of disease of field crop and note down it. And again, note down the daily activities of the farmers of the field crop. And after visiting, return to the institution and make a report with the necessary information that have collected. So you have to make a report for submission after return from the institution, and submit to your teacher or your authority. So this is a rice field, how it looks like. It might be wheat field, or it might be another field crop field you can be visit. Next, the most important thing is precaution, because you visiting the other institutions, so you have to behave well with the member of the field crop. Then without permission, do not touch or do not cut or do not take anything from the field crop. And then visit field crop with proper dress and in proper time as well, because if you do not wear proper dress, might be some drawbacks, or might be some insects, or might be some other animals will be attacked you. Or if you do not go to the proper time, might be it will harmful for the crop as well. So the following points to be considered when submitting the report. So what will be the report of demonstration? First one is you have to write down like a report. First one is name of the demonstrator. If you do not write the demonstrator, then it will not be granted. That means if me the demonstrator, that means I have to write down my name. Next point is address of the demonstrator. That means if myself, I have to write my one address. Then time and date of the demonstration, like for example in the early in the morning 8 o'clock, and date will be 12, 10 and 2019, whatever you like. That means the exact time and date of the demonstration. And number of members in the group, if the number of members is with 10 people or 20 people or 30 people, and a group leader, that is called number of the members in groups. Then group of the demonstration. If your group is number 1, you have to write it down number 1. If your group is number 2, then you have to write it down number 2. Then name of the crop. That means if the crop is rice, then write down the name of the crop is rice. Then address of the field crop. That means where the field crops belongs to. If it is Gazipur Bangladesh Agriculture Research Institute, then write it down their name. Name of the executive of the field crop. That means the field crop who belong to owner or who belong to show you, write down his name. That means the executive will be Mr. Rohim, Mr. Korim, whatever he is. Then area of the field crop. That means 5 acre, 6 acre, 10 acre, whatever it is. Name of the field crop. That means if the field crop is rice, then write down the rice and the variety name. If it is BR13 or Bari 20, BR22, BR27, like this. Then types of field crops. It is cereal crops or it is fiber crops or it is like that. Because if you visit rice field, then you have to write down cereal crops. Then amount of seeds to be shown. That means before or when they applied the seed, shown that time how many grams or how many kilo is shown, that amount, like 1 kilo, 2 kilo. And then age of growing seedlings. Then after how many days later the seedlings will be grown. Then distance of planting seedlings. That means plant to plant 20 centimeter or seed to seed is or row to row is 30 centimeter, like this. Amount of fertilizer. How many fertilizer he apply after 20 days or 30 days later, like urea, TSP, MOP or biofertilizer, etc. Then production after harvesting time, what will be he get production, like 20 ton, 30 ton, 50 ton, like this. Then cost of farmer. If the daily labor cost is 500 taka or farmer cost is 500 taka, that means the crop will be stayed about 30 days or 3 months. How many cost he expend, that will be the amount. Then profit. That means after getting the profit, after selling price minus expenditure will be the profit. Then problems and disease. If any disease or problems occur during the production time or cultivating time, like any type of disease or insect attack, like ricin, tumor disease, whatever you ask the executive, then he will tell you and he write it down here. And then future activities. If he is happy to produce these crops, you write it down. Or if he is not happy, then what will be his future planning to cultivate in his land. Might be in horticulture crop or might be in other crops. You write it down here. And then remarks. If you visit the place is good, then write down good management. If you observe the place is not a good management, bad management, then you can and write it down bad management or moderate management. So this type of report you have to submit after return from the visiting place. Next, you will observe how you will write exactly in the practical copy. This is very important. After completing the experiment, you have to write it down like this. This is the first page, and I talked to you before as well, told you before as well. Write it down with the margin page. Start writing name of the experiment, experiment number, page number, date, and leave the left hand side blank where there is no margin. Again, if you have any picture or draw any picture, draw here or paste the picture here as well, but make sure do not on the left side, with the on the margin sides, and write down the figure name. Then again, continue with this with the writing. Again, continue with the writing and report of demonstration as well here, and finish that one your writings whatever I said before. My dear students, thank you very much for watching today's online lecture. If you got any problem, contact your subject teacher. They must help you. Thank you very much.